We begin with the latest on the Gaza ceasefire. US President Donald Trump and regional leaders from West Asia stood witness and signed a declaration that cemented a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip, hours after Israel and Hamas exchanged hostages and Palestinians. US President Donald Trump hailed a tremendous day for the world and for the region, as more than 24 world leaders, including the leaders of Egypt, Qatar and Türkiye, sat down for talks in Egypt's Sharm el-Sheikh. Calling it a momentous breakthrough, Trump added that the leaders assembled had achieved what everybody said was impossible.
Momentous breakthrough that we're here to celebrate tonight is more than the end of the war in Gaza. It's with God's help, it'll be the new beginning for an entire beautiful Middle East. From this moment forward, we can build a region that's strong and stable and prosperous and united in rejecting the path of terror once and for all. We want to get rid of the terror and get on to other things. There are many other things in life that are so good.
Thank you very much, everybody. This is a tremendous day for the world. It's a tremendous day for the Middle East. And you can see that this is probably the greatest assemblage of countries in terms of wealth and power maybe ever assembled. And it's just an honor to be a part of it.
The document formalises the ceasefire that has effectively brought the war to a halt, with the leaders of the US, Egypt, Qatar and Türkiye signing as guarantors to the deal. In the declaration, the signatories pledged to pursue a comprehensive vision of peace, security and shared prosperity in the region. They also welcomed the progress achieved in establishing comprehensive and durable peace arrangements within Gaza. Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi said the Gaza deal closes a painful chapter in human history and sets the stage for a two-state solution.
I reaffirm our support and aspiration for the implementation of this plan, creating the political horizon necessary for the implementation of the two-state solution, as it is the only way to achieve the legitimate aspirations of the Palestinian and Israeli peoples to end the conflict and live in peace.
However, the statement released by the White House later on Monday shed no light on the path ahead of peace between Israel and the Palestinians, and made no mention of a one- or two-state solution.
I'm talking about rebuilding Gaza. I'm not talking about single state or double state or two-state. We're talking about the rebuilding of Gaza. A lot of people like the one-state solution. Some people like the two-state solution. We'll have to see. I haven't commented on that.
As part of the plan's first phase, Hamas on Monday released the last 20 surviving hostages after nearly 2 years of captivity. In exchange, Israel released around 2,000 Palestinians it held in its jails. In Tel Aviv, a huge crowd had gathered to support families of hostages who erupted in joy and tears as the releases began. In the West Bank too, huge crowds welcomed home the first prisoners and celebrated their release. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in a post on X, welcomed the release of all hostages after 2 years of captivity, calling it a tribute to unwavering peace efforts of President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu. India also attended the Sharm el-Sheikh Peace Summit with the Minister of State for External Affairs representing New Delhi. India reiterated that it stands for peace in the region and the resolution of issues through dialogue and diplomacy. Meanwhile, the United Nations has warned that Gaza's humanitarian crisis is far from over. The UN Relief Agency called for immediate access for aid and reconstruction, saying it is time to let in humanitarian help at scale. Even though the summit in Egypt echoes peace, much still remains to be negotiated. Among the potential sticking points are Hamas's refusal to disarm and Israel's failure to pledge a full withdrawal from Gaza. So, the coming phases in Trump's plan for Gaza could possibly prove more complicated to implement. The Gaza Declaration marks a tentative end to one of the bloodiest chapters in West Asia's recent history. But as history has so often shown, ceasefires may halt the fighting. Building peace is always the longer battle.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.